welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. We are here for the Cookout. It is Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, where we come together to talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling. Come for the wrestling and stay for the chaos, as CM likes to say. Or, yes.
Because we are chaos.
So, how are you on this fine Tuesday evening? I guess it's technically night over in
I
your side of the country.
yes, yes, and it is ridiculously hot too.
All right.
But at
So,
least it's
as
not lightning.
not lightning? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, nothing worse than lightning in the summertime.
at least not for now. The heat lightning is hell. Do y'all
Yeah, I
have that
remember
over
going,
there?
what?
Do y'all have that on the other
Not like
coast,
that.
the west
I
coast?
mean, every once in a while we have thunderstorms with some lightning here and there, but not very often now. Even up here where it rains a lot, I mean, it rains probably 270 days out of the year where I'm at, but not a lot of thunderstorms. Definitely not a lot of lightning. But yeah, it rains a lot. It rains a lot.
According to Hulk Hogan, that's like half of his year.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it rains here between half and two-thirds of the year, yeah. Two-thirds of the year, yeah.
So wait, do y'all have heat lightning, or is that not a thing?
No, not, I mean, not that I've experienced, not up here, no. Not
Do
a, I
you
mean,
know what heat lightning is?
I've experienced it in Florida. Like I was about to say, my grandparents used to live in Florida, and when I was a kid, we used to visit. So I mean, I'm aware of what it is.
For those of y'all who aren't aware, if it's like in the south, if it reaches like a certain humidity level and the heat, it there's lightning. But it's not like regular lightning. It's more yellow. It's like the
Yeah, the
is it
South is crazy. Y'all got some
the
crazy weather down there.
yeah, it's the spooky lightning. It's not like the bright pretty lightning, which is crazy
Right,
too.
right, right.
It's the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
spooky lightning.
That feels like it's either a
Like
hurricane or a tornado or something. Y'all got crazy weather.
hurricane, tornado, it's raining while the sun is out. Um, there's Florida man who in the state you go through summer, winter, spring, fall, all in like 2 hours. Yeah,
And that's what they say up here. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
yeah, we're now in our rainy and heat season, and I feel like a mosquito is gonna fly off with me at any point.
But it was nothing worse than
That's
I
why,
hated them.
like them
But
doing all in and all out in Texas, I'm just like, y'all,
a
it's too
thousand
hot.
degrees in the actual ring, yeah, it's
It's
gonna
too
be way
hot.
too hot. Too hot.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. And impacting them, everybody, it's too hot.
All right. So you want to get into our mainstay for the cookout, which is the only thing that's really ever consistent from week to week, our clown of the week. And our clown of the week is usually consistent as well, but I think she said she had some other ones this week too. So
Did you
we
get
should
a
just
chance
call
to
it
watch
Phil
the
of the
show?
week.
Did you get to watch the episode last week?
No, I didn't.
You should go back because we did Clown of the Week at the end because I had some things to say that I knew would get us demonetized and we get monetized. Um, Phil, I just want to say once again, you went to a protest about no kings and you're going to Saudi Arabia. Well, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you
You know, it's probably a
apologize
little hypocritical. I
for
it's one of those things. Like I get it. Like WWE or wrestling is your job. I get it, but technically you are an independent contractor. Even though WWE doesn't want to admit that, or I guess that's what WWE does want to admit. Sorry, that's they want them to be independent contractors, especially when you're an independent contractor. So I mean, you could say no, I'm not going to the Saturday show. You could stand for now. Yes, that's good. No king here, no king anywhere. But I mean, at the same time, like as someone that's very anti-president at the moment, I have no problem with him protesting the president. I have a problem with the hypocrisy, but if you're going to be a hypocrite and at least protest the president, then at least it's on the right side of that, in my opinion. So,
He's not, because if you're protesting the president, you're not a part of a company that is a part of the cabinet.
say that again.
If
I'm
you're
trying to process
protesting the
that.
president, if you're protesting the president, you're not going to be part of a company that's a part of the cabinet.
Yeah, no, I mean that's probably true. No, I mean I mean, again, very, very hypocritical, at best. I mean, at worst, there's something more insidious, but yeah.
Like
I mean, I
Stephanie,
would tend to think so too.
Stephanie and Paul. Stephanie and Paul were right there with RFK taking pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses for anybody, and it's definitely wrong on my end. But I worked for, you know, it's a multi-state company. It's a national company, so and I don't technically know like if they back any politicians or where they stand as far as leadership goes per se. I've never seen anything like that. We don't talk politics at work. I don't know. I've never done any research. So, and again, that's on me. But I think that that's the bulk of people probably at their job. Now, in this situation, it's a little different because they're outspoken to a certain extent. You well know the history of WWE and where they stand. So, especially Vince and obviously Stephanie and Paul because they've made it public, like you said, pictures with RFK and all those things. So it's not the same as a company that doesn't, let their uh, doesn't disclose what they're doing or those kinds of things. In this situation, everybody knows what's going on with WWE, so it does
But
make it
hold
far
on.
more hypocritical.
While I understand all of that, and while we all do hypocritical things, my issue with Phil lies in the fact that he hip hop his happy ass on Twitter to tell Mike Mizzani to slide on a Saudi blood covered ritual.
Right? Yeah.
And that was, he was comfortable enough to do that
Right.
because the Miz and him were like just going back and forth, not even anything heavy. And that's what he chose to say to this man who was taking care of his family. Then you also have to deal with the fact that Phil is a liar and Phil has been hypocritical across the board. And the fact of the matter is, this McMahon had to be the one to take the stand and say, yeah, I would not work. Do you know how bad you have to be for Vince to say, no, I don't want to work with him no more? He worked with Sable and she took his money.
Yeah. I mean, he's given a lot of people second and third chances, people that I thought he would never work with again, and he's worked with again. So, yeah, that tells you all you need to know.
Him and Warrior were able to work together.
Yeah.
Him and
I
Jesse
mean,
Ventura.
yeah. Hogan had appearances after his WWE defection, and Vince and them were at odds. I mean,
He was able to work with Brett.
yeah, he made it work with Brett, even well to a certain extent. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he at least had him back. Brett
No,
never stopped disliking him, but Vince gave him a second chance.
Brett beat his ass. And he had to admit it. But he said, I would not work. If Satan himself doesn't want to work with you, what does that say about you as a like? Yeah, folks think I'm crazy, but if Vince himself, who loves money above Everything else does not want a guaranteed money maker. That with him. What does that say about him?
Mhm. Yeah, not to mention not even people that he parted ways with and gave a second chance, but just people that he's had around him forever that were always okay with him, and just in general, just a lot of questionable people in and out of Vince's realm. So in WWE, that you know, it's for that to be the one that he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like there's definitely an issue there with Mr. Brooks.
You did. But also, I'm going to give that shared credibility to Phil fans who continue to excuse him for being hypocritical and still somehow find a way to blame Brawl Out on the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
That has been the most like I've seen people on Reddit come to the realization that Phil ain't shit and that he really did the most when it came to Brawl Out and that he's a hypocrite. And baby, that has been amazing. It's been amazing. I love it. I love it. But my other kind of belief goes to something that made me laugh this today. And it might make me a bad person. Not feel level bad, but still bad. It is confirmed that Mercedes Monet is dating the Beast Mortals. First and foremost,
Free. You stole
there's
my
two
stuff.
things. There's two things to do with that, and it's gonna segue. I promise you, I'm not gonna go full into it. I'll just get the clown of the week because there's a
And that's
whole.
all I was gonna do. All I was gonna do is just mention it. I was just gonna ask you what you thought about it. I saw
Well,
Mercedes
we
was dating more the Peace Mortis, and I was
hold
like,
on, hold on. Let me just get my clown of the week, and then we can talk about it for real quick.
all right,
But
yeah, yeah.
clown of the week goes to the people who are mad that she's doing that and are crashing out, talking about, oh my god, how could she? Why? I don't think I've laughed so far in my life. Besides when she was telling people, if you want to text me, you're gonna have to pay me to talk to me. Um, People are legit mad, and I swear I saw somebody say they are going to purchase that texting thing so they can text her that they're very angry at her for dating him. And people are crashing out because she's dating somebody. And I think that has to be the most hilarious thing. The people crashing out about Mercedes having a life outside of wrestling. Clowns of the week. Because you can't beat that. You
That's
cannot.
hysterical.
Like it is a crash out on crash out on crash out. And that shit is funny.
Wonder. I
But
mean, so the question I have for you is: do you think it's because of who it is, or you think it's just her in general? Like, if it was somebody else that they were like, "Oh yeah, that makes more sense," like they'd be like, "Okay." I mean, I googled this dude, so I saw the story. And I Googled because obviously I know who he is, but I Googled him because I wanted to see what he looks like without the mask. I couldn't find a picture. I literally couldn't find a picture without him
well,
without the mask. So I'm very curious to see what he looks like under the mask.
so these Mortos has been a veterinarian, he's been a nurse, and he's almost a lawyer. So this
Okay.
man is accomplished. But to go with
Very
that,
smart
he
dude.
has a picture. He has a picture on his IG where it's kind of like the lower third of his face, and it looks very much like Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And Thunder Rosa said he is Ramon Reigns. And I remember Mercedes had a huge crush on Roman Reigns. So I
That's
think
that's
she went and got her Roman Reigns, who is not as fertile as the real Roman Reigns, because that man has what, two sets of twins? And you know, if you got multiple twins, you fertile. So
yeah. I mean, again, I don't. More power to them if they're happy. All those things. I did think it was interesting, and I was trying to find a picture of him without his mask because I was very curious to see what he looks like. But like I said, I couldn't find one. So I guess it is what to each their own, and all again, as long as you find happiness, it's all that
I
matters.
think it's been hilarious because some people on Reddit who are normal and who are in like the AEW sub are like, he's masked because we can't handle his beauty. And then it was like, remember when Andrade took off his mask and everybody was like, oh shit, he's fine? And when Psychosis took his off and Eddie Guerrero was like, why are you hiding that face? You're hot. And it's just like, you're right, because when a lot of these masked wrestlers take off their masks, the beauty,
You think she
it's
asked
like,
him to
yeah,
keep it on?
it's like handsome Squidward, but actually handsome. Um, I know if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. Just know I'm not going nowhere in public with you in a mask because one of us is going to get stopped. And I don't know if it's going to be the person in the mask or me because I'm with the person in the mask. So I don't know. But I wouldn't go out public or anything.
No, I thought that was interesting.
But
There
yeah,
was something else that I saw.
I, I loved it. She looks happy. He posted it on his IG, so that makes it real.
Right?
I'm happy. I think it's gonna be really cute. I hope she continues to find happiness there.
I know you don't pay attention to WWE, but I guess Rey Mysterio's due back in August. The reason that I was interested in mentioning it is just because I just wonder, like, oh, I would say over the last 5 years, he's missed a fair amount of time with
Mhm.
injury. And at some point, it's like, do you decide to maybe hang it up? Like, I mean, he's young. I mean, as we all well know. And this doesn't come from a place of being a kayfabe anti Rey Mysterio fan. In real life, I don't
It's not
dislike the
kayfabe.
guy.
You really don't like him.
I was just about to say, in real life, I don't dislike the guy. From everything I hear, I think he's a good guy. You know, I'm just not a fan of him as a wrestler. But that being said, I mean, obviously you can't deny, his body of work and what he's meant to wrestling and, luchadors in general and lucha libre in general. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm just curious, like how many times he comes back from, multiple months off for injury. I mean, it just continues
Well,
to do what he does.
he's been wrestling for about as long as I've been alive.
He's a what?
He's been wrestling since I've been like alive, maybe a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
less. He's been wrestling for like 30 plus years
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Then that's what I'm
because
saying. Like
he started Mad Young. I think he wants that match to get dominant, so we might be getting to the point once we have that match. He's good to go.
I mean, he's
I
old,
know,
old in wrestling years.
yeah, I know
He's not
Omos
just old in real
said
life;
he
he's old
wanted
in
a match.
wrestling years.
Yeah, I think it's because of how long he's been wrestling and the
Yeah,
caliber he was doing. I think it's also his body was able to get better more when he was in other companies than when he was with WWE
yeah.
because WWE was so stringent about how you had to rehab and how you had to do this to take care of injuries. Whereas when he was able to go to like TNA or be a real independent contractor, he was able to get stem cells and do different things. And that helped him a lot more and it helped him recover faster versus WWE. You always kind of have to get surgery. They want you to get surgery. You want surgery, surgery, surgery. So, yeah.
Interesting.
I
Interesting.
think he'll retire once he has that match with Dominic, and once that's done, he'll be good to go.
Yeah, I
He'll
mean,
finally be
I kind of
happy.
figured the stuff with Dominic would be kind of the end of it, and obviously we've been here now for a little bit. They've both been in. Well, they've had several interactions and stuff, so and plenty of time to do it. So, but again, it is what it is. I mean, as I say all the time, you can't. we can't start saying to people, oh, you have to do X, Y, Z. So, as long as he still wants to do it and someone's willing to pay him money to do it, and especially, a company like WWE still sees the value in him, even whatever, then, obviously take the money and continue doing what you do if that's what you want to do. It just seems like he's been out more than he's been around for the last while. Just, did you see that TNA is going to have a free tier on their subscription thing program, whatever? I guess let's see. It says that TNA announced today it's launching a new free tier of its TNA Plus streaming service, expanding access for fans around the world. You can now watch a curated selection of classic and current video on demand content. Stream the 26th live episode of Impact for free with a sneak preview on Friday night, June 20th, and then discover top tier pro wrestling features such as announcing wrestlers Matt Hardy, Mustafa Ali, blah, blah, blah. You can download the TNA app. Very interesting. TNA is finally trying to, I guess, make its way into the 21st century.
I have no desire to watch a company that's that successful.
Yeah. I need this here. Let's see if I can actually make this restream work and get it on here.
Yay! Oh, good lord! The first thing that you see,
What?
you come swinging in, and I'm just like, honey,
I'm happy.
Oh my God.
Hi.
did you did you see our girl is dating the Beast Mortos?
Oh,
Mercedes Monet.
Mercedes.
I kind of said that's what we all said. So one of the CM's clowns of the week was the people that are falling out about the fact
Crashing
that Mercedes is
out. They
crashing out.
are crashing
oh,
out
why? Y'all don't like love?
because she's not supposed to date anybody. Like
What
she's
is
not
y'all
supposed to have
talking
like
about?
outside.
Y'all
Hold
so
on, hold on. You're not. She's not supposed to have like outside of wrestling, and she's supposed to be miserable because she's not in WWE. And that doesn't fit with their brains of her going back to WWE because she's so miserable without WWE.
so basically because she's happy. That's what y'all problem
Yeah,
are.
yeah. I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think that Roosh is like when you mess with the bull, you get the horns to do it? Or like, hmm,
Ooh,
just think of it, you get the horns. And just there's so many puns that you could do with that. Like if she
listen,
Yeah.
red, does he like chase her around? It's questions that are logical to have. I feel like. But no, I have no plans on watching anything TNA. Tessa and her long shin can go to hell and take
mm,
those. Them.
Yeah. I just find it interesting that now they're trying to do something. They're doing, whatever. But
You
doesn't
know
make a move
what?
on it.
You know what will make me watch TNA? A match between Charlotte Flair and Tessa Blanchard, and a racist lose wrestling match.
It's
I
just
watch.
these wrestling, man.
I watch them and just see who would be the one to start at Britt Baker, and you don't have to have a racist league wrestling match, but see whose attitude would be most fucked up and most likely to start sandbagging their opponents, start no selling everything. I would, I'd watch that. I'd watch that. Book it,
It's
Paul.
funny.
Book it. Book
stop.
it. Tell me that would not be interesting. And who we would make so much money placing bets on who would break first and get pissed off first and just make that the worst match ever.
Like, what is it? What is the template though? It's like yes, y'all been around enough of us. But like, so what is the breaking point? We're just like, oh, that's what broke you? Dang, that was easy, bro.
I
That was
I
light
feel
work.
I feel like Charlotte would be the last one to break, and I feel like Brit would be the first one to break because Tessa would mess up, and it would be during a Brit spot, and Brit would think that she did it on purpose. So then she starts sandbagging her, and then Tessa doesn't know how to deal with that. So then she starts shoot fighting, and then Charlotte is like, "What the hell? Now I gotta save you people, and I don't like either one of you." And then she just starts beating asses in real life, and everybody's like, "Send
This
back
is too
here."
much work for me. I feel I thought that's Charlotte. This is too much work for me. I didn't even sign up for any of this.
Like, I am I heel in my face? Did I turn in this? Like, what am I doing? Like, why am I here? Like, for real, Charlotte would be the best wrestler in that one. She could legit call herself the best wrestler in that match.
I can't argue with that. That actually, like, you'll probably go Charlotte, Britt, and then Chinhead. Okay.
Okay, Tessa's problem is that massive chin that she got shaved down, but it's still huge. Like, she should go to Natalie Nunn's like plastic surgeon and get that chin fixed. And then when she turns, she could stop looking like she's gonna tip over or cut somebody with it. See, y'all, I get petty when it comes to Tessa. Like, I don't like CM Punk as a person. I don't like Phil as a person, and I've made it very well known that I don't like Phil's person. But I think Tessa Blanchard is a piece of shit. And when other pieces of shit are like, we can't associate with her, again, it's like Phil and Vince being like, I don't want to do business with this nigga. I don't want the money. It's like with Tessa. You thought you were so talented, but then you went to Mexico and everybody was just like, yay, we're free. And Mexico was like, shit. Like, how did you had, she had fine ass daughter, fine ass daughter, and she still was dumb enough to fuck that.
It just bees that way
That's another,
sometimes.
that was another one that took a mask off. And everybody was like, oh, damn, you wore the mask for our protection. You're too pretty. Can't look directly at you. We were
Phobias up.
talking
Fair
about
enough.
that.
Yep.
We were talking about that before you came on, like with the Beast Mortos, because ALW was trying to find a picture of him without,
No, I was thinking
and you
about.
can't find one. The closest one that you're gonna get is like the mask is like right here. You just see his lips, and they look like, and the tattoos. He kind of looks like Roman Reigns, and it's like, okay, we go picture Roman
It's like
Reigns.
no,
Oh,
like Luchador was
You
probably the
want to see his
last.
face today?
Luchador was probably the last bit of kayfabe left in this wrestling world. No, I don't want to see nobody's faces. I'm just going to trust Penta when he says we're all handsome. It's Penta said we don't wear these masks. We ugly. We all cute. Look at our kids. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you. You have more than two.
not,
Fair enough.
not all of them are cute. Now. Not all of them are cute. But 99% of them are. And they wear those masks for our protection so we don't get blinded by that. And
Like,
it's,
oh my god,
we
man!
appreciate it.
Look, who was it? It was wasn't oh lord, the LWO Dragon Lee. They took his mask off. I'm like, look at wait, hold up, that thing is tight though. Wait, hold up. Who
I mean,
shaped you up? They
Rey
shaped you up
Mysterio,
real nice. I'm like, dang, good.
when Rey Mysterio took his off, and everybody was like, "Hey, Rey, how you doing?" Like,
How you doing? To be
Come
fair,
on
he looked
over,
like
Ray.
he has a baby face, or at least he did. I mean, he looked way
He
young
was
with
he
mask off.
he was he was like, now I'm gonna be dating myself here. Dante Brasco. That's what he was looking like. He was looking like the DJ that played on Moesha that one episode that was fine, and everybody was like, "Damn, Mo, how you pull him?" And then he disappeared, and we was back to Q, and we were like, "Q, you cute." Damn, it was cool. Like that's that. And if you don't know who Dante Brasco is, go look up Prince Zuko. Back in the day, Dante Brasco was it. Like that, he was all the POC representation a lot of time, except for the black one. And then like they had a black guy that they would put with him because Dante Brasco could play just about every other ethnicity. So you know,
But now we got a little facial hair. I'm like, I don't want to see I don't want to see your face. Although I'm pretty sure you rocking it really well. I'm not. Don't. I don't. We're gonna keep the cases alive. It's sure keep the cases alive.
it's so weird. Like when you look at old Rey Mysterio when he took off the mask, and then you look at his daughter, it's like, oh my god, you she has your face, but as a girl.
Her genes are
And
strong.
it's not even anything bad. It's just like, oh my god. And then when you look at him and Eddie, and then you look at Dominic, it's like, Angie, were you there? Or was it just Ray and Eddie? Because it looks like Ray and Eddie. It looks like I'm so serious, like old Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. It looks like they did a fusion dance and you got Dominic, and it does not make any sense to me.
Listen, there's an old wise tale. Be careful who touch your tummy when you're pregnant, because the baby might come up like him. Listen, I'm not gonna prescribe 100% towards it, but I'm just like I'm not believing it. I'll just say that.
It's like Angie's jeans were just like, huh, I could put up a fight, but I don't want to.
But come on,
And
I ain't got no sons. Come on, Ray, let's just look like me just a little bit. It's just,
well,
That's
Eddie does have
hilarious.
no. He has 4 girls, 3 or 4 girls.
oh, he's a girl dad.
Yeah.
What
And
about you?
it's
You got
weird.
anything? Anything you want to talk about? Actually, well, now that you're here,
Um,
we could talk about Goldberg and Gunther.
Mm.
listen, I like WWE, but why we doing this? What? Ain't nobody asked. There's so many things WWE we could talk about, but that's what you talk about. Okay, listen. Okay, short and sweet. Can we let us please get this storyline
Is
over
that going to
with?
be in Saudi?
Well, I'm frustrated because you can tell so many storylines have suffered because you're trying to get this old dude back in the ring. Last year, when they were in Saudi for Night of Champions, and it was Cody versus Gunther, and then Goldberg was in the stand, like, oh, moment.
Uh,
And then you could tell so many storylines got busted up. It was supposed to be Gunther versus Braun Breaker. That ended. He was about to be the IC champion. It was like it's like so like let's just get this over with. Let's just get this one match over with. Hopefully it's just the one match. And Kaka, let it go.
We
Let
know it's
it
not gonna be one match, right?
stop.
He
I'm
he
willing
gonna
it.
win that belt.
Stop. I'm willing
hey,
it. Y'all
that's
keep putting
oh
it in the
no.
atmosphere. Stop putting it in the atmosphere. We already know he won the last belt in Saudi as well against freaking Bray Wyatt. So we already know it's a possibility. Stop putting it in the atmosphere. Bring it back. Bring it freaking back. Bring it back.
No, That's what it's gonna be.
Dear God, sir, I thought you was gone. Like, no, like, listen. This is all. I'm a Goldberg fan. I was a Goldberg fan. The whole streak. Who's next? Side note: can y'all tell me what freaking streak in wrestling has ever ended well? It doesn't look like we never
No,
end a streak on the note it's supposed to end. All the streaks have ended stupidly. I'm just saying. Okay, back on. I'm like the freaking Picker streak. You let Brock Lesnar beat him. The freaking Goldberg streak. He hits Bret Hart with Bret Hart has a steel plate in his, and then Oscar, cause the queen needs to be solidified. Nigga, ain't nobody care about just solidification. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, back on the train. I'm like, this one streak. Can we have one streak end well, or we actually? But yeah,
I
like,
don't know.
I'm not sure who to blame more. It's two people definitely. It's the Saudi Prince and Paul. And so it's like, which one of you wanted this more? I know both of you wanted it, but who wanted it more? We're actually doing it, and there's actually a possibility it's more than one freaking match.
Yeah, yeah. It's a sad state of affairs.
That's when Goldberg pissed me off. That's the exact time Goldberg pissed me off. When they let him beat Bray Wyatt and Saudi for the freaking belt. I'm like, who the freak said that was a good freaking idea? Listen. The Saudi shows have come a long way, but I actually do love when the Saudi show was another universe, and we just went there. We did matches. We came back, and none of that crap happened. Like it's like it was just it was literally in a faraway land. When we came back to the states, none of those storylines matter. And it's like, but nope. The panorama happened. You let Goldberg beat Bray Wyatt for the belt, and that's when we wanted to start. I'm like, no, keep it in Saudi. What happens in Saudi stays in Saudi.
Nope.
All right. Anything else?
You know?
Real quick, Liv Morgan, get better. That was, oh my god.
Yeah, they showed that. I saw
It's
the
more
picture of her arm all tweaked out, and you can see the shoulder all separated.
it's more frustrating when it's literally a freak accident. It happened within 10 seconds. It was a drop toe hold. She tried to stop herself, and someone said, "Hey, not today." And it's just like, what the? And it's like, ugh. I don't like. She's not my favorite, but it is frustrating when someone who was actually getting to the place where she was at the place of where everyone's hoping dream, like, the girl who a dream came true, and it's like now you have these storylines with Brie Bella. You're still going against Io Sky. It's like 10 seconds. It's not even. It wasn't even like you went off the top rope. It was just a simple freaking move, man.
Yeah.
So please get better. Hopefully it's not anything crazy. But it really is like, dang.
Yep. Yep. Unfortunately, even though they try to mitigate
Those
stuff, and
belts
maybe things aren't,
first.
it's scripted. It's definitely not fake. These guys get injured for real all the time. So, and again, I'm not a Liv Morgan fan either,
Those
but I
belts.
wouldn't wish injury on anybody. So,
Those belts are cursed. Get rid
Stop.
of
They
them.
might be, but stop. Because she is the women's tag team champions. And every
They
time,
need,
when the crack
look, they gotta get rid of the belts. They gotta sage it. They gotta do an offering or something.
Sister saying you're doing
Listen,
do
whatever
something.
is happening, whatever is happening,
Offer them back up
them
to
belts,
Sasha and Naomi and say, we sorry. Please uncurse the belt.
no. What I need to do is make Paul go live and make the disrespect make the apology as loud as this disrespect. Make him apologize to them.
I wouldn't mind that at all. I wouldn't.
And I think it might be
Like, and honestly, you really don't need it. Like, we have 5 belts now. We have the women's world champion, the women's universal, United States IC, tag teams. We can let go of them belts. We really can. Like, y'all don't need all 5 belts. You can let go of the tag team belts.
for sure. Too
Thank
many belts
you,
in general.
but they're not one.
What else? Anything else?
Mexico, get that money. Like, everybody wants. Oh, now everybody wants to come down here for the show. Oh, now everybody want to do a special thing down here. Get that money. Get that money. Have the right people in place to get that money properly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean,
I just everybody who says that WWE doesn't see AEW as competition is not paying attention because they're making it real obvious.
real obvious.
Oh, obvious. It's like, come on, bro. I think we're all like, stop lying. I think that just like, we
Right?
don't care if you believe it or not, but just stop lying.
Right?
Party all the time.
Why you love, huh? Because
Oh my god. Stop looking at me.
All right. TM, you want to take us out? Unless you got anything else?
No, that is it. That is all. Um, Catch us live here most Tuesdays unless something happens for the cookout. Amika and Sammy are here most Fridays watching SmackDown, suffering through 3 hours of SmackDown because WWE is a money grubbing whore.
Real quick, I just saw a note that said something about PW Insider had a little thing about WWE looking to turn SmackDown back to 2 hours.
bull crap. Uh,
It was supposed to end a while ago. It's never going to end.
so yes, there is talks of that, but as long as USA is getting that money, that's bull crap. They kept Raw for 3 hours
Money.
for how long? Now you think they're gonna
Money.
let SmackDown go back to 2?
This is true. All right. Sorry for interrupting, CM. You can
So
finish.
you good.
Uh, millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. What was that? Oh yeah, Amika and Sammy are suffering through 3 hours of SmackDown every Friday. But not me. Keep it live. We are also here for Saturdays. If WWE does a show, we're either here or on Dolores' channel. Shout out to Dolores. Um, and on once a month, when AEW has a pay per view, I am here usually for the 5+ hours that they have the lovely pay per views that are worth it. Um, so yeah, make sure that you catch us everywhere that you can think of a podcast because we're usually there. Stay tuned to Twitch, YouTube.
I'm looking for the
Um,
little thing here. Hold on.
are we on TikTok still?
Well, that's the
You,
wrong
you
one.
on,
This one.
I think we're still on the clock then.
That was the
Yes.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't post on the X anymore. So
Formerly X.
yeah,
Or
um,
now, yeah. Uh,
yeah. Catch us everywhere you want to be. Um, because we're there. Sometimes, look, I'll be real with y'all. Sometimes I take over the social media and I forget that it's not my social media and I say some really ratchet things. You can usually tell when it's me because again, the ratchet shit comes out and I apologize about it when I remember to. But if I said it, I meant it, and I'll just start tagging myself in it. So yeah, it is what it is. Um, but to everyone who is watching currently, to everyone who will be watching later, we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all for coming along and enjoying the chaos with us. Y'all are amazing. If no one has told you you are loved, you are wonderful, you are awesome. Make sure you wash your hands, wash your ass, wipe your ass, and it's hot. So put some deodorant
Right
on,
after you
with or without
shower.
aluminum. Don't do. If you're not gonna do the aluminum, please make sure to detox your body so that you just don't put funk on top of funk.
Didn't nobody want to smell that, man. I'm sorry.
Mm. Wash. That's why we say wipe your ass, wash your ass with soap and hot water and a rag, not just your hand and not just the bar of soap. And if you're gonna use the bar of soap, please don't use the bar of soap anywhere else. Okay? Okay? Yeah. All right. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.